difficult to. It's the same, but obviously you have the same expression. What do you think is the most?
Top right.
Top right?
Top right.
Top right, this one.
Or middle of top.
Middle of top. So that one here?
Top right, I think it's right.
Top right, okay. Now, do you remember look, I'm going to give a special, what I've done, do you see that that's a palette knife?
Yeah.
So what I've done, this is basically part of the chamois. Do you remember the chamois?
Yeah.
So I've wrapped up the chamois onto the palette knife and then get this plastic tape and then keeps the palette knife, keeps the wrapping there. Otherwise the wrapping will be unwrapped. The wrap will be unwrapped. Yeah. So, and then obviously charcoal dust. Here you got charcoal dust from charcoal, obviously. And then look how beautiful lines it does. And what I'm doing actually is, do you see that that's like a ice cream or a pear shape? See, you got the head round here, round it. And then you have the chin down here. And doing with the chamois gives me an average tone and an average well, I'm actually looking for the likeness, but to go to the likeness we need to do that first of all, do that darker and pear shape head here at the beginning, look like this. I'm giving now why I'm giving that kind of draw or darker shadows is because the movement that he's got, and as he's moving down the jaw, it creates like an elongated, well, I'm imagining that now, an elongated shape or a shadow like that. So doing this, that's his jaw. Okay, that will become clear as I progress. That's his jaw, oh sorry, the chin, that's the chin, that's his mouth, again, charcoal dust, mouth, nose, eyebrow, eye, and head. See, obviously it looks kind of like a ghostly image, but this is what I wanted to do anyway. Now, within that ghostly image, I can start to become a little bit more specific now. Okay, you got the mouth here, open, and now instead of starting with squares and rectangular shapes, I've started with these. But it's another way of doing it. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to start it this way. But I think that helps, in my view. And then you have the very, very dark shadow, the cast shadow of his jaw onto the neck. Then you got the neck here. That's his light shirt. And you got the eye, which is, if I drop a vertical line from the eye, it goes to the top of the mouth. So the eye is actually here. Eyebrow, forehead probably needs to be a little bit further out. Here you got hair, and the ear is at the same horizontal line as the eyebrow is. So you got the ear here, and the ear does have a cast shadow too. If you've noticed, that cast shadow there, that's the top of the ear itself, and I can be a little bit more specific now and add this hair here. And the neck, and maybe add a little bit of background shadow to, instead of doing a line here, which I could have done, but add the background shadow. That would be a better solution here. And very small nose because it's a child. You get the eye, the forehead, and you got the shirt here. This is moving there, and obviously hair. Bit more hair here. The eye is closed because of the expression that he's having. Eyebrow here, closed. You have the cheek coming there. And what I want you to do is basically more about expression today than to do a perfect drawing, if you know what I mean. Not a very, very, let's say a finished drawing, more about of an expression. See that sort of thing. Expression. And obviously within that movement now, I can now come and do and connect those, because his hair is not too dark, it's kind of blondish. and the neck. Cast shadows here, so I'm not going to move that because I got that dark already there. Maybe soften those edges because they are very, very dark. Now this line here creates the whole movement. You see that line here, which is from the tip of his mouth to the jaw, then move the jaw, or the jaw ends up here. Then you got the nose, which is, I've done quite a big nose actually. I'll shorten and make the nose smaller, and maybe short, and then soften this, the background, because what I want to see, I want to see more of the head and a bit less of the background. Now the head cannot be like that because obviously he's got a rounded head and he's gone square, a bit like Simpsons here. So let's put that head a little bit more rounded here. Look. There. Now you know what I'm going to use with putty rubber.
Oh, I thought we could use your shampoo.
Yes.
No, well we could have, but
No.
no.
Not mine.
Now ear, top of the ear, lighter, maybe a bit dark, less dark here, and then obviously you can keep those lights here. Forehead, eyebrow is very, I've gone too dark with the eyebrow, it's got a very light eyebrow. The eyes are closed, and the nose pops out a little bit there. You have the tip of the mouth, sorry, the upper part of the mouth, which is vertical line to the eye, is there. Upper part of the mouth. A little bit of tongue. I don't know if it's tongue, but it looks like tongue. Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yes, yeah, I know. It's very, well, it's this one here, down here, it's there, right down there. And then obviously lighter this line because he's a child, doesn't have wrinkles. So that's the expression. That's the expression. Yeah. It is. Again, because you have so many to do, if I start to become a little bit, if I can become a little bit more fussy, okay, well, it needs to look like him. Obviously, I can do that, but it will.
How would you make that look a younger child?
Yes, that's right.
A younger
It's
child.
like a man, it looks sort of rather
He looks a
older.
bit like a man now, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what we can do.
Is it the nose or something? Is it,
No, it's true. It's
the
true.
ones
It's a
have
good point.
small noses, don't they?
Yes,
Nose.
children have very small noses. So what I need to be a little bit more careful now.
It's also-
Coming back with the charcoal and bring the nose up a bit more. See, shorten the nose, and the nose cannot be pointy like I've done it here. It needs to be more rounded. And the hair, there's some shadow here. Is there?
Just that little.
Is that? Yeah, it's the nose.
Brow. He's
See,
got more.
it's the
Higher
but
brow, yeah.
the
Yeah.
nose
Higher
makes
brow.
it. The nose, it's look. If you do a small nose like that, then it makes him look more like a child straight away. Then look, background. You see, move the background here, and that's because the tonal value of the background is very close to the tonal value of his hair. And this is important. That shadow here, the cast shadow here. Then you have the folds of his light shirt here. Well, it looks like he's opened his mouth at the moment, but obviously we said to make him look more like a child. And the other thing to make him look more, it's this one, the eye. Look, to make the eye smaller, less dark in the eye. Get those darks which I used to do. The cheek, look, soften the darks, and it makes him look younger. And this one as well, look, this line. And the mouth, we've said. You come here and do that. The shirt is quite light here, so keep the shirt light, and the cheek. Sorry, the chin. Well, light on this area first of all, and that's the shadow of the cast shadow of the cheek. Sorry, jaw, not cheek, jaw. That's the jaw here. You got the nose. The expression of his now is because the muscles are moving to create that closing the eye that you can highlight. Look here, this area, and round it on the chin. Sorry, cheek here, cheek, right here, lighter, 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 and there. Expression is getting there, and with obviously now with the charcoal, I can be a little bit more precise and put the lines where they need to be here. And there, and make the nose a little bit smaller as well. Look, the expression on the nose. But what I'm discovering is that the more I put shadows now, the shadow doesn't stand there. It's just crumbling. That's because, as we know, I think I need to spray it a little bit so I can hold the charcoal where it is. And then you have the neck here, look. Here, and create that soft area of the neck here. That's the expression. Now, another thing of doing or working on this would be, as I said, bringing or spraying it. Before I spray it, keep those light areas like this, like that, and then spray, and then add darker shadows again. And you have the. So then you have the expression. Let me see, pull the head on that side.
Easy peasy, just easy.
Well, it is not easy, but this is one of the ways. Or, as I said, with chamois. That doesn't mean that you have to do it with chamois. You can create those with geometrical shapes, like a square that I've done earlier on. Well, it's not. Yeah, to make it well. Looking at making the lines a bit softer will make it look more like a child, like that. Look, soften all the areas here, all the lines here. And then obviously creating the mouth and the tongue here, and folds of the white shirt here. Okay. Anyone who would like to sit here where Ian was supposed to be? Alright, so let's continue with that expression of the boy, of the face. So push that cheek, light on the cheek up here. The nose is rounded here. The nose, you've got the expression of the nose with those wrinkles here. Obviously as a child you have not many wrinkles. That front of the eyebrow, nose a bit more rounded here. Forehead, expression on the forehead. Again, moving the forehead forward. As you move and you push the forehead, you have those highlights here. Again, the expression of the nose. Nose is gone a little bit too pointed, so softly move it up a bit more. Tinier, because a child, smaller. And mouth. I've got this bee coming here from the window because summer is coming. Sorry about the wasp or bee, whatever that is. I've got the light lower here, and then move it there. Expression of the mouth. There you have, and you have a shirt, the fold of the shirt here. And shadow, cast shadow to be precise. Light on the hair. The ear at the top, right up here. The ear goes somewhere here. And then you have the end of the ear right at the nose or somewhere here, the earlobe. A bit more rounded, the earlobe. Hairline here. Bit closer here, hair. Sharpen it like that. Hairline here. So I'm decreasing the head basically. And the shoulder blade there. Okay, a little bit of, I would say, spraying it a little bit because the charcoal is moving about. We're not stabilizing the charcoal at the moment, so I'll spray it a little bit and then add a little bit lighter, some more highlights. There you go. And it looks to me like he's pulling his tongue out, kind of. So you can put the tongue. There you go, the chin right here. Again, shadow, highlight of the shirt. Okay, now give it a little bit of the spray. Before I spray it again, soft here. That shouldn't be darker than with these. Bit of a spray, give it a bit darker. That will be enough. Wait a few minutes until it dries, and then another expression. Child. Well, I guess not. I don't think I'll choose another one. That will be enough. Well, starting it with the overall shape, then separating the darks, background, hair, and then going to more details with features as you move along. Lighter here, create that highlight of his neck. Lighter here, light on the earlobe, lighter here on the hair, although I did give him a bit more hair here. Okay, that was a spray. Smell the spray. I'm going a little bit too far up there, composition wise, but to be honest, I was not thinking a lot of this because I had planned to do some more facial expressions here, but I think it's not be good enough for the time being. Softer lip. Mouth open here. There you go, the chin, shadow. There you have it. And as mentioned earlier, just give them, close the eyes completely with the eyelid. Just darker here. that's it basically. Everything is there, the expression is there. Neck. Lighter here. Bit of a fold here, if you like. Fold of his shirt. Don't want to make it too destructive from the expression of the face, so not too dark lines or too many lines, to be honest. I've got this fold here, fold there, a bit less of a softer turning of the chin here. Upper lip. More of a lighter area here. Lighter forehead and lighter there you are. There. A bit darker here, so it merges with the background, and that pushes the head forward. Okay.